What if the reason you feel stretched thin isn't that you're doing too much, but that every part of your life is quietly competing with every other part? There's a small group of people who never feel that pull. They figured out how to make their body, their relationships, their mind, and their money all work together instead of against each other. Today, we're opening the vault on exactly how they do it. It's Tuesday afternoon. Gridlock. Horns blaring, the clock ticking. The world slows to a crawl, and suddenly your mind speeds up. The little thoughts start stacking up. Maybe I should be at the gym. Maybe I should call my mom. Maybe today's finally the day I touch that passion project. But as the minutes crawl by, a familiar weight settles in. You realize the energy just isn't there.
Sound familiar? That's the picture of a life where everything competes against everything else. But it doesn't have to be yours. The life you deserve is within your power to create. And it starts with one simple idea.
Sean Whalen realized that everything you do in a day, and I mean everything, falls into just 4 buckets. And once you understand these 4 areas and how they connect, you stop feeling torn in a dozen directions at once. So let's break them down. Picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table on a quiet morning, coffee in hand. Then one table leg suddenly gives way. The whole thing tilts and crashes. Hot coffee everywhere, paper scattered across the floor. Your calm morning, gone in an instant.
Believe it or not, your life is built on a remarkably similar structure. Most of us move through our days never realizing we're balanced on a 4-legged table, just assuming it'll hold. But those legs are the foundation of your entire well-being. Your body, your relationships, your mind, and your financial security. A wobble in one sends tremors through all the others. And a complete break, that brings the whole thing down. This is where the Core 4 framework comes in. It's not about being perfect in each area. It's about understanding how deeply connected they are. Here's how it breaks down.
The first leg is power, your body. This is your physical energy, your vitality, the fuel that drives everything else. The second is passion, your relationships. The quality of your connection with others and with yourself shapes your happiness and your resilience. The third is purpose, your mind. Mental clarity, growth, and a strong sense of direction. And the fourth is production, your work. Creating value, building financial security, and feeling genuinely fulfilled by what you do.
Here's the real breakthrough. These legs were never meant to be strengthened in isolation. When you reinforce one, you reinforce the others. More physical energy fuels better relationships. Deeper relationships sharpen your sense of purpose. And a clear purpose unlocks your productivity and your financial freedom.
Charlotte discovered this at 32. She was exhausted, lonely, stuck in a job she resented, and constantly stressed about money. But instead of trying to fix her whole life at once, she started with one small change: 10-minute morning walks. Those walks led to better sleep. Better sleep gave her the energy to reconnect with old friends. And one conversation with a college roommate sparked the idea for a freelance writing business. 6 months later, she was unrecognizable. Not because she overhauled everything, but because she strengthened all 4 legs at the same time. And you can do exactly the same thing. So don't wait for a crisis. Start small, but start today.
Let's be honest. How do you actually feel at 3 in the afternoon? If you're like most people, you're fighting off the afternoon crash with your 3rd cup of coffee, wondering why you feel so drained. It's almost universal.
And here's the part people rarely talk about. When your body runs on empty, everything else suffers. Your patience with your kids drops to zero, your focus at work disappears, and thinking clearly about your future feels almost impossible.
But here's the good news. You don't need brutal gym sessions or an expensive trainer to fix this. Small, sustainable changes are enough. So here's your power building system. Start with movement, not exercise. A brisk walk, some stretching, yoga, even dancing in your kitchen. Aim for 20 to 30 minutes a day and schedule it like an important meeting. If that feels like a lot, break it up. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 at lunch, 10 in the evening. It adds up faster than you'd think.
Next, build accountability. Share your goals with a friend, a family member, or an online community. And if you're more of an introvert, journal your progress or use a habit tracking app. The point is to find a system that keeps you consistent, even on the hard days. Then, nourish. Don't deprive. Swap one processed snack or sugary drink for something whole. Feeling stressed and reaching for cookies? Reach for a handful of nuts instead. And prepping a simple breakfast the night before makes the next morning effortless. And finally, protect your sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. Not sure how? Try the 10-3-2-1 rule. No caffeine 10 hours before bed. No food 3 hours before. No work 2 hours before, so your mind can settle. And no screens 1 hour before. Here's what you can expect. Within 2 weeks, you'll have more energy in those afternoon meetings. Within a month, you'll sleep better and actually wake up refreshed. And within 3 months, people will start asking what you're doing differently. So get ready for the compliments. One quick fact to sit with: fewer than 5% of adults get 30 minutes of physical activity a day. Be one of them. So what's the real secret to a long, fulfilling life? According to Harvard's 80-year study on happiness, it's not money and it's not fame. It's good relationships. They don't just make you happier, they keep you healthier. In fact, how satisfied you are in your relationships at 50 predicts your future health better than your cholesterol does. Here's a way to think about it. Your relationships work like a battery for your whole system. The good ones charge you up with energy, resilience, and clarity. The toxic ones drain you, keeping your body stuck in a low-grade state of alarm. But you're not powerless here. Most relationship problems aren't really about other people. They're about your choices, how you react, who you give your time to, what behavior you're willing to tolerate. As Sean Whalen puts it, that's energy and clarity you should be using to focus on growth, not drama. So here's how to take that energy back. First, reframe the difficult people. Instead of, "This person is impossible," try, "This person is struggling with something I don't understand."
That coworker who micromanages everything, they might be terrified of looking incompetent. It doesn't excuse the behavior, but it moves you from reacting to responding. Second, reflect instead of reacting. When someone really gets under your skin, give yourself 24 hours before you respond to anything important. Something as simple as, "I want to give this the thoughtful attention it deserves. Let me get back to you tomorrow," can diffuse the whole thing. Third, practice a little strategic vulnerability. Instead of automatically saying, "I'm fine," when someone asks, try being honest. "Actually, I've been pretty overwhelmed this week." Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's magnetic. It invites other people to be real with you, too. Fourth, invest in your relationships daily. Text someone you appreciate and tell them exactly why they matter. Or ask a deeper question. What's been the hardest part of your week? And then, actually listen. And fifth, set your boundaries. Some people will drain you no matter what you do.
You can't always change them, but you can change how you engage. Keep certain calls to set times, or meet in a public place where the conversation naturally has an endpoint. Because building healthier relationships was never about avoiding conflict. It's about choosing how you respond. So let's talk about your mind. Picture a hidden garden inside you, a space full of untapped potential. That garden is your mind, and it's where your purpose grows. Every part of your life begins as a seed planted in your thoughts.
Neglect that garden, and weeds take over. Worry, distraction, mental fog, all choking out your potential. But tend to it deliberately, planting good seeds and caring for them daily, and you grow something else entirely. Clarity, focus, and real direction. Viktor Frankl proved this under the most extreme conditions imaginable. Imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps, stripped of everything, he realized that even when he couldn't control the horror around him, he could still control his own mind. He noticed that the people who survived weren't always the strongest physically. They were the ones who held on to a sense of purpose. By refusing to let despair take root, he turned unimaginable suffering into resilience. Chaos on the outside means nothing if you can cultivate peace on the inside.
So here are your gardening tools, practical ways to reshape your mental landscape. Start by mastering your mornings. Resist the pull to grab your phone and dive into messages or the news. Begin with intention instead. Spend 30 minutes learning something that could improve your life 5 years from now. Or explore a field you know nothing about. It keeps your mind flexible. Next, anchor your day in gratitude, but make it specific. Don't just think, I'm grateful for my family. Picture the actual moment. The sound of your daughter laughing at breakfast yesterday. Specifics make it real. Then, strengthen your focus. Just 10 minutes of daily meditation can dramatically improve your attention. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back to your breath.
You're not just relaxing. You're building the mental muscle you need for deep work and real conversations. And finally, train yourself to think outside the box by putting yourself inside one. Give your creativity limits on purpose. Write a story in exactly 100 words. Paint with only 3 colors. Solve a problem using the wrong tools. Those constraints force you to get resourceful. Because as Whalen warns, idle time can ruin us. Not because we're sitting around, but because our mind starts to wander and get lost. So feed your mind on purpose. All right, time to address the elephant in the room. Money. That sinking feeling when you open your banking app. The constant background worry about the kids' activities, a surprise car repair, what retirement is even going to look like. And here's the spoiler. Just hoping it works out is not a plan. Financial stress doesn't only hurt your wallet. It quietly shrinks every other area of your life. Your choices, your dreams, all of it. But you have more power here than you think. So here are a few signs you're moving in the right direction. First, get clear on what you actually want. I want more money isn't a goal, it's a wish. Get specific instead. I want a $10,000 emergency fund by December. A real number with a real deadline. Second, focus on making yourself more valuable at work. Start by simply exceeding expectations in the role you already have. Become the person your company can't afford to lose. But you don't have to burn out to do it. Become known as the person who solves a specific problem. Share what you know. Post your insights. Teach what you've learned. Third, invest in skills that actually pay. Get a real understanding of how business works. Sales, marketing, managing your own money. That knowledge pays off no matter your field. And learn from the best. Study the people already succeeding where you want to be. How do they think? What's their mindset? And fourth, rethink networking. Forget the awkward small talk at stuffy events. Real networking is just building genuine connections with people who can teach you something. Reach back out to former colleagues. Join an industry group, an online community, a local meetup. You don't have to do all of this at once. So start with one simple challenge. Every week, talk to one person who earns more than you and ask them, what's the most important lesson you've learned about money in the last 5 years? You'll be surprised what you walk away with. So here's the truth at the center of all this. The Core 4 isn't just another self-help system. It's built on one simple idea. You cannot split your life into separate boxes and expect to thrive. Everything is connected. Real excellence comes from strengthening every area at once. When you commit to your power, your passion, your purpose, and your production, something remarkable happens. Small, consistent actions in each area start building momentum that feeds on itself. You don't just get better results. You become a different person. You go from someone overwhelmed by life into someone who actively shapes it. And that shift starts the moment you stop treating these 4 areas as separate. So, before you go, here's a small challenge for each leg. For power, take the stairs 2 at a time today and notice the little burst of energy it gives you. For passion, call someone, don't text. Ask about their biggest win this week and genuinely celebrate it with them. For purpose, question one belief you've always held and spend 30 minutes honestly exploring the opposite view. And for production, find someone in your field who already has what you want and study how they show up for 20 minutes. The life you imagine really is within reach. The Core 4 is your map, and all that's left is your first step. If this unlocked something for you today, take a second to subscribe to the Audiobook Vault so you don't miss the next book we open up. Until then, now go make it happen.